Today I tackled the holes in the roof, welded patch panels onto it, and I test fitted the light bar to the top.
All right, we are back on the Crown Vic project. I'm keeping that one. I'm gonna weld that one, and there's two more. One right there and one right there. So I'm gonna weld those holes up before I put the carpet and interior back in, just so I don't burn it. We do have the seat. So I just peeled off all the stickers. It said V320 on it, I think, or 322. Victor 320, yeah. So I got the stickers off. Paint come up with this side. It's been repainted before and sanded. They didn't do a real good job of self-etching primer or whatever should have been used, but whatever. So I'm gonna weld that hole, and that hole up, and that hole up. So I got 4 holes to weld up. And I'll show you how I do that here in a bit. For the most part, I wouldn't call it cheating, but I'd take the easy way. I cut a square. I put it on the backside. 4 or 5 dots, you know, little tack welds. And then I'll put some Bond over. It does not need to be welded all the way around. I'm going to use some body filler. My old automotive body shop teacher would be mad if I called it Bondo. But I use that stuff right now. It works out pretty well. So I will do that now. Actually, I'll get the grinder out, make some clean metal there, and there. And then I will cut out some metal, which I'm 90% sure I have. This is Graham. He's a beaver. He thinks he eats wood for a living. Anyways, so I'll use this sheet metal here. I use for everything I need something thin gauged on. So we'll probably cut a strip like that and then cut it to size. So without further ado, let's get going.
I used my deep throat vice grips to hold the patch panels in place while I tack welded about 4 sides of that circle, and then I ground it nice and smooth afterwards. I'll fill it with some body filler afterwards and semi-block it out. Not gonna worry about making it too flat.
Alright, so before I finished up welding on the roof, I wanted to drill more holes in the roof. So I got this old light bar that I'm going to reuse and centered it. I'll have to readjust this side of the bracket. That one's staying the same. This one I'll have to re-drill. But we got it to where it'll sit nice on this. I shaved the aluminum tube here to contour with the round or the curvature of the roof. We got plenty of clearance. I did test the light before I started doing this. So we got 3 holes back here. There was the big one right there. And then there's one more that I was going to leave for the antenna, which you can't see. I'm going to move the antenna back here to this center one, so I'm not welding that hole. And then I'm going to keep that one open and run the cables from the light bar through that hole into the cab of the vehicle. So that's where we're leaving it at the moment. So that's how she'll look. I did use the nutsert tool to put the nutserts in the roof. So you can take it down and up, take the sign off and on without having to completely disassemble the inside to get to the nuts on the inside. They're basically similar to rivets, except they're threaded. Yep. Multiple sizes. Metric, standard. I got most of them, I think. So
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.